Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. This is a real estate and home improvement show, and we've been having experts on all week long about how to maintain your home, how do you hire a roofer, who's a good solar company to call. We get a lot of questions on swimming pools and spas. Who do you turn to repair them and to maintain them? So we've asked an expert to come on the show today in pools and spas, Mike
Yes.
Alexander, Frog's Pool Service and Spa Repair.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of people have a pool guy comes and throws some chlorine in, but sooner or later something's going to go wrong with that pool or the spa.
Yeah, the first thing that differentiates me maybe from other pool guys is that a lot of pool guys have 22 pools in a day, so they're able to spend 5 minutes at your pool. My philosophy has always been I'm not going for the quantity, I'm going for quality. There's a lot of little things that you look at as a pool guy. Say you're doing the pool, but you also need to check the equipment from time to time to make sure that everything's working properly. And if there's a small problem, if you don't catch it, it becomes a large problem. And what I try to do is I try to make sure that we don't have large problems.
Mm-hmm. Now like you say, my guy would just throw the chlorine in. He never checked the equipment. He never turned it on or tested. Should you have a yearly maintenance or monthly maintenance on your equipment?
Well, that's part of the thing is that it can develop. Let's say if your pump has a leak at the seal, if you don't get that fixed quickly, that can actually take out the motor, and repair that would have been $150 to $200 now becomes a $700 repair, which is why which is why I stress taking the time to check it a lot.
What's the biggest thing? Do people call you? It's always an emergency?
Sometimes I get calls where it's things that I don't do construction. There are certain things that I won't do, and if I feel that I'm not qualified, I will find someone who is. That's one of my other policies that I've had a long-standing opinion on.
You've got a network of people that know their stuff and who you can trust to do things. So, do you have room for more customers?
A little bit of room, yeah. I've got Fridays and Mondays, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is reserved more for pool repair and spa repair. Pool pump installation, filter cleans. I specialize in spa equipment and repair and in portable spas. I've been doing that for, probably about 30 of my 34 years in the pool and spa industry. And I also do automatic pool covers. You don't find that many of those here in the valley, but they're more and more on newer pools. You're seeing them installed.
Tell us what that would entail. It just automatically rolls out over the pool?
Yeah. There's a couple of different companies, like 3 or 4 companies, that will manufacture those, and you either turn a key or you press a code into a box, and the cover will slowly glide across the pool. You can either install that as the pool's being built, but they also do make systems that you can install after the fact. Okay. And that depends on the pool. If it's a kidney-shaped pool, some of those you can, some of those you can't. But they're really neat, especially if you are liking to swim a little longer during the summer, because what a pool cover does is it keeps evaporation down, and evaporation is one of the big factors in heat loss. And also, when you cover your pool, because you don't have evaporation and because you don't have the sunlight hitting the water, which is one of the things that really takes out chlorine, your chemicals last in the pool longer.
Huh, I'll be darned. And it keeps it cleaner.
Yeah, and
some people it's impossible to keep their pool leaves and stuff out of their pool, so that'd be nice. And do you install those?
I can, yes.
Okay, good.
And that depends on the pool. There are some pools where the shapes are so weird, or they have shelves or water features where it just makes it impossible to install those. But it can be an option for some. I have a customer up in Oakhurst who had a pool built, and I really stress, hey, you should get a pool cover for this. You're building the pool, it's a small pool, you've got some trees around here, and he calls me, and not all the time, I was going to say all the time, but that would be hyperbole, but he calls me and says, hey, thanks for recommending that, it makes my pool better.
What's the big thing, what's the thing that happens the most to pools and when they need a repair?
Well, repair-wise is usually going to be the main pump, the main filter pump, and you're seeing most of those now they used to have single speed pumps, but most of them now are variable speed pumps, either made by Pentair, Hayward, Jandy. There's Waterway too. And those are nice because they actually last longer. They spin slower for part of their cycle. You know,
Is it different than 20 years ago in the pool industry?
yeah.
Been a lot
I
of
was
changes?
skeptical. I was skeptical of them when they first came out back in the mid 2000s, 2006, 2007. And as I've seen them more, you know, it's rare to go in the backyard now where it doesn't have a variable speed pump. But they are great, and they also save you money on your electric bill.
Oh.
Old pumps used to spin at 3,450 RPMs all the time. These pumps, you'll program it to maybe spin that fast, maybe a little slower for a couple hours, and then for the rest of the day, it's spinning at half that. And
You don't
that's
need
not
that.
an equation where you're using half electricity. You're actually using less because it's a sliding scale, and they're really neat. They're really nice.
Can you turn them off? Can you set your pool pump to turn off at 4 o'clock? Because electricity goes up at
Oh yeah,
4
yeah,
o'clock.
yeah. A lot of my pools, people have installed solar, so it doesn't matter as much. But I do have a few pools that the customer specifically said, "Hey, can you make sure this doesn't go on after 4 o'clock?"
4 o'clock, that's right. Now, how should people reach you? If they're watching, they say, I need some help, or I need a repair, or I just need a regular guy to come and take care of stuff.
The best way to call me is to call. I've got two numbers. One is my local number, which is 559-912-4357. I knew I was going to.
It's on the screen.
Yeah, it's on the screen. Hold on.
4357.
Hold on. I can't read with my glasses. And I wrote it down to make sure I'd get it right, which I just got it wrong.
And
All right.
what's the other number?
So-
888 number.
Yeah, 888-895-3065, and I'll repeat the local again, 559-912-4357.
And is 888 an actual 800 number?
Yeah.
Oh, so
So it
toll-free.
is toll free.
Of course, hopefully, he's only going to do pools in this area.
Oh
You're not
no,
gonna go to
I do
Montana?
pools. Well, not Montana. That's a little out of my range. You know, the chip charge on that one would be a little exuberant, but I will do pools in this area as far as pool service, but my spa repair and automatic pool cover installation repair will go throughout the valley and even on the coast.
You'll travel to do
Yeah,
that.
I had been working on the coast for 5 years, doing nothing but installing automatic pool covers in
It's nice.
poor areas like Carmel Valley and Pebble Beach. You know,
Do these pictures show anything? I guess there's a pool. These people have solar.
yeah, that's a pool that I've had for many years. They've been a customer of mine for many years. They actually have a water solar system. So they in the summer we turn that on and they heat their pool
It heats
that
their
way.
pool. Wow.
Yeah.
And amazing. My pool was never that crisp and clean. You actually doing some work, it looks
Yeah.
like.
And I shot that with my drone. I love drones.
Oh, you have a drone?
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Pool cleaner with a drone. Pool service, spa repair with a drone.
You'd be surprised how common that is.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're running out of time. What else do you want our viewers to know about you, their service, their pool?
I'm dependable. I show up when I say I am. If there's a problem, the thing with pool service and spa repair is that, especially as you get later in the day, there are jobs where you think it's going to be an hour or an hour and a half, and then you're still at the job 3 hours later. I do make sure, and I call my customers if there's a problem, if there's a time conflict, and resolve it. I have had 34 years of experience in this business, and I never say that I've seen it all because you always run into something that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
If there's questions, if I don't know something, and
Happens,
it's
yeah.
impossible that you can't. I'll call one of the tech guys at one of the major companies, the manufacturer, and say, "Hey, I've got this thing. I've never seen this before. How can you advise me?" I'm not afraid to use the phone. Not afraid to use any information I can get a hold of to make sure that the repair is done properly. I pride myself on quality repair.
So if someone's watching, they say, I need somebody to just come maintain my pool, maintain my equipment. They call you, what happens?
I set up a time and date where the customer can be there, where I can evaluate their pool, evaluate the equipment, recommend things that I see right away that, hey, this is going to hamper the quality of the service, the quality of your pool. If you don't have good equipment, say if your filter's really old and there's calcium buildup on the grids, on the filter grids or the filter cartridge, it's not going to filter properly, and the pool is more likely to turn green or yellow at some point.
Sounds like just a matter of time before everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
During COVID, it was a real challenge because we had challenges getting chlorine. The manufacturers had some serious issues actually getting chlorine to us, and we had to switch to a different chlorine, different types of chlorine, and yeah, that became an issue, but that's pretty much done now, so.
Very good. Hey, call Mike Alexander, and if you don't write it down, I'll keep his number on my desk here at Central Valley Talk. Call me, I'll give you his direct number, but call him at 559-912-4357 or 888-895-3065. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, it's great seeing you again.
Expert on pools, right here, Mike Alexander. Stick around because we've got another guest coming up right after this.